Hey, what's up, everybody? So, I'm not going to be doing a Friday the 13th review today. Still plan on doing that at some point, maybe, if I can get my stuff together. Right now, I'm dealing with a lot of personal problems in my own life, and that's why I wanted to do this quick video. Since my good friend, The Shape, John White, did his here recently about depression and how it affects people and why you should always strive to support others that suffer with the same things. Me, myself, I'm like, as Laurie Strode said in New Halloween, I'm a fucking basket case. You might not think so because in my videos I tend to be so comedic and make light of bad situations, and that's just my natural charm. That's just the way I am. Ever since I was a kid, I'm able to find humor in anything. No matter how gruesome or how mundane it might seem, I find humor in everything. And that's one thing that helps me deal with my depression, but ultimately, it doesn't help a lot because I was diagnosed with PTSD a few years ago. Reasons being that I was severely bullied in school in my middle school years. It led me to drop out of school. I didn't get to go to high school because I was so severely traumatized from the things I went through and the things I endured and suffered through that I just couldn't imagine another day in school. I really couldn't. I went through pure hell. So just so you know, soldiers aren't the only ones that can have PTSD. It affects anyone and everyone. It's hell. I can tell you that. I have bipolar. Mood swings are horrible. My good friend Esther Greer could probably tell you that. Is that a lot of times he probably notices when we're talking that I become very distant on some days, and other days I'm very talkative. Other days I'm very lighthearted. I'm very comedic. Some days I'm very shut off from the outside world. I'm very reclusive. I tend to isolate myself a lot. I've isolated myself from family for years because of this. There's a lot of relationships that I've lost over the years due to this. I have failed many failed attempts at having relationships with any girl I come across. Terrible luck in dating, so that's why, because of my really bad depression and PTSD and bipolar, and at one point I was told that I had multiple personalities, which I do believe I have a bit of that. Because there's a lot about me that's really fucked up and really tragic due to what I went through, and then there's parts that are very lighthearted, very kind, and very considerate of generosity to people. I'm a very generous person, very sweethearted person, but there's a very cold, dark, brooding part of me that a lot of you don't see. So a lot of times that's why it's really hard for me to make these videos, because even though it seems like a relatively simple thing to do, just get on here and talk about your favorite movies, things that you like, things you didn't like. But for a person like me and people like me, like John, like many others that deal with depression, and even Esley probably can tell you, it's crippling some days. It is fucking hard to get on here and put your face out there for the public and just try to do everyday mundane kind of things and talk about the stuff you love, because horror movies for me is my salvation. That is the one thing that I can go to when life kicks me in the fucking teeth. Anything else really doesn't add to my enjoyment of life. This year especially has been hard on me. I've been suffering with an eating disorder that's really taken a toll on me in the last several months. And that with the depression and everything else, it's just, I've had the hell beat out of me this year. So, that's why it's really hard for me to get on here, because I'm terrible on camera. I'm awkward as fuck. I don't read scripts, okay? When I do my videos, I do it off the fly. Everything I say is coming right at you, right then and there. I don't read scripts. I don't, prepare for anything. The minute the camera starts, I start. So that tells you right there, I don't do things in a preparing way. I just do off the whim, I go with the flow and try to wish for the best. But point is, I suffer with depression very badly, and I feel so sorry for anyone else that has to go through what I go through, because it's horrible and it's crippling. So my heart goes out to anybody else that's suffering with this and suffering with PTSD. Just know you're not alone. It's not just you. There are many others out here suffering with it too, and it's really sad. And bullying is something that causes a lot of this, because I was bullied very badly. And that's why Rob Zombie's Halloween is one of my favorite Halloweens, because we've seen what young Michael went through, and that's almost exactly what the hell I went through in middle school. I was bullied very badly by the fucking horrible, just cruel-hearted kids back then. And if it wasn't for having God in my heart, I would have probably went down the road Michael went and just slaughtered somebody. But thank God that I have a good head on my shoulders and a good heart, that I would have never did that. I just couldn't bring myself to that point. But I got to the point where I just was sick of life. I'm not a suicidal person. I never have been, never will be. But I was just sick of how things were going, and I had to take a long fucking break from everything before I could get back to where I am. And it took years for me to try to get over the things I went through, but it's still in the back of my mind. My therapist even told me I may go years without thinking about it. But just like that, a memory, a repressed memory can bring it all back in waves. And then I'm in a very dark place. So anyways, yeah, that's why if I don't post a lot, or if I go periods where I'm not on here social at all, or on Facebook or anything, and I'm not very talkative particular and not very approachable, that's why. Just want to give you a little glimpse into my world. So anyways, yeah, that's my touch on depression and anti-bullying, and I hope that it helps someone else who's struggling with it as well. So as always, God bless y'all, and I wish you the best.